welcome. Thank you for the follow, the Great Persia. Get started in just a little bit. Hello. Welcome. In a second, just kind of making sure everything's running okay. Because I don't want it to break again. Does it seem to be running okay today? It's weren't good, so I don't know. So I'll check. It's a bit lag currently, but that's normal for just starting. Okay. Smooths out the longer it's running. Okay, cool. Thank you. Dude, I'm so tempted to get a mic. Like, I want to get fancy shit now. I was so tempted to get a gaming computer when I needed one, like, my freshman year. But, you know, we live in with a Mac right now, so it's fine. Just get a good headset. I have, the Beats ones that came with the computer at my house, but they're all the way in another state, so that's not very helpful right now. But, oh, with a mic. That's honestly a good idea. Like a gaming headset. Yeah, that makes sense. I should probably look into that. I probably won't look into it till, like, I either get a job or, like, more commissions or stuff, too, because I'm, like, getting stressed that I don't have. It's only $40 for a gaming headset? Oh. Got it. Okay. As long as they work, I don't need them to be too fancy. I went with a pretty basic one. Okay. Yeah, I'm like... Yeah, I gotta look into some good stuff, because just working with my Mac is draining my will to live slowly and surely. But yeah. As long as it works, then yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Okay. Cool, I can pull up Twitch. Yeah, because I want to eventually get a desktop, but I don't really see a point in doing it now since I'm gonna, like, I don't know, it's like me, so I don't need to, like, have a whole setup here, and I don't think I have room for a setup, especially with, like, my homework and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably invest in any case build. A thing, you can get, like, a small, like, computer. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I can remember that's a thing. I think, like, if I was gonna get something else, at least for the getting stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I need a desktop set in case it doesn't always look as aesthetically pleasing as the other builds, but okay. As long as it, like, I don't really care too much as long as it works, you know? I'm not really picky with that shit. I can always, like, make it look fancy, too, because craft shit is fun. But yeah. Okay, it doesn't seem to tell me I'm offline anymore, so I'm happy about that. Hey, Pog, what's up? Well, situated. Okay. I'd imagine it wouldn't be as expensive either, which would be very nice. Because, Sean just rebuilt. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, take some Posca pens to the outside of it. Because, Sean just rebuilt his, like, sunk a lot of money into it, so I'm just like, I like get a job and shit, but, yeah. Cool, we are gonna get up and going as soon as that's where you invest instead of going cheap. Because then you make sure it's... That's true. That makes sense. Headset and other shit, you can go more budget. Yeah. I don't wanna... So I'm gonna pause this. We're gonna get Dawn and Ropus started. It might be a little loud, so I'm gonna turn that down. Hello? There we go. Where is Twitch Studio? There it is. Yeah, headset's a good idea. I actually might look into that. There we go. Okay, cool. It's always a lot loud. Yeah. In Rampa. Exactly. But yeah, we're starting the first trial now. Steph, how far did you get in the first game? And do you plan on finishing it? Or you just gonna watch my playthrough for it? Cause dude, you gotta play the second game, it's so good. Shit. I think we were in investigation? Chapter 3, yes. Okay, cool. That. 311 was yesterday. Okay, cool. We're going to continue. Nice. I know I'm working on it. Alright, cool. The victim is Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. I'm slowly gonna work on it more. Okay. It is a long game. Like, 2 is a lot longer than 1 from what I can remember. Maybe just how I played it, but... Yeah, dig in during winter break. Pog Pog. Pog Pog is back. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. Oh, I forgot you lost your save data. I thought... No, that was Carly I was thinking about. Okay. That sucks. We have to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find the truth. So that we can all survive. And for Sayaka. Pogman. I have to find out how she was killed. Oh my god. That was just like controlling through dialogue. Actually. One has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, hero, what's up? Okay, I seriously... I'm a mother... Neptune, help me! I don't care who it is, just get me out of here! Oh. 1 second. My roommate texted me. Trying to make sure I monitor that, so I'm not gonna be loud and awful at night. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. No, he never does. Aren't you going to help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Junko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. Oh, baby the lad. He's trying to smooth out, but... Oh, God. Yikes. How bad? Is it bad? Bad? Oh. Let me turn off Fwog. It's Ivan. Ivan's the Fwog. Okay. It's curving down and getting better. Okay, I turned off Wi-Fi on my phone. Usually that seems to help a little bit. A funny lag? Why? What happened? I think I already did this. Yeah, I did this already. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. No. Alright. Yes, let's leave the gym. Dead. Does the sound you lagged out was oh no. I don't like that. Yes. Yes. Let's go. I don't know. Can you make the noise? First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime. My room. We won't make any progress without it. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. That voice sus. She died in my room, guys, but I'm not sus. I'd better examine the state of my room a little closer. Imitate lag. I'm sure you could, if you tried. Milady. Alright. Alright, sir. I'd better examine the state of the room a little closer. That might reveal something new. Alright. Alright. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't looked at the blade itself until now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. That's disgusting. Just like I can't imitate the sound of Daniel's puking in the bottom of the trash chute. He puked on a trash chute? Are you kidding? On top of that. Oh my god. I'd imagine. So sad I wasn't there to witness that. That sounds hilarious. Donk. I'm very distracted today. Okay. Some of the gold coating has come off the parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you if you even touch it a little bit. Oh, gross. I thought you meant he literally like stuck his head down the trash chute and then just let her go. Replica sword has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Yeah. Huh? Looks like the lint roller, looks like there's way less there than before. That shit smells. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little? Yeah. Indeed, frog. There are scratches and gouges in my walls and on my bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It do be. It looks like there must have been some kind of fight. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. No. Remember, all the rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and there's no way you can know. Perhaps this is another of my strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Evidence of a struggle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sheath. They must have been made with something. Okay, the investigation themes, the one from the second game. Yeah, it's more interesting. This is like still fun, but like the other one is more interesting to me, I think. But how'd the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with the sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? Sheath. How many times do I have to say sheath? Replica sword sheath has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. My keys. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly... Ah, that's right. We'll have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys, too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then... How did the killer get into my room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it, or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something? No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. She couldn't have dropped it. Oh my god. So, how did the killer... Switching rooms has been added. Yeet. Am I forgetting? Oh my god, I'm forgetting a lot of shit. Oh my god. Nope, head is still here, but I don't think that's relevant. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence of that it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this. Also, I just realized how awkwardly placed the bed is in front of the desk. It's like in the middle of the room. I've never noticed that in my, 3 times playing this game. Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo. We aren't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then? Not just me. Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we're talking about it yesterday. None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, why the hell would we? Toolkit has been added. There are gouges in the bed like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? Alright, Mondo, what's up? You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible. That dirty bastard! Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me. So if I ever find that son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it's a girl that did it? That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Sarah, do you think I'm guilty too? I try not to make assumptions. I simply don't know whether or not. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Now to the trash can. It's a display stand the sword was on. Thank you. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing? Yes? No? Really? I'm searching. Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of the room.
Attacked or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. Seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said, "Are you a cleaning freak?" "Oh, I don't think so, but what?" And she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey.
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
So...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find a single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came... Was it Solar?
Well?
That's the question. Koda's room has been added. For everything in here... Shit. Oh, the wall. Just... Gaps on the walls and bed. Is that evidence of struggle? Oh, yeah, I got that. Some kind of in my room. Our room is completely soundproof, remember? If anything, no. This was another long strategy setting. I think I got everything. Too many layered on top of her. The bathroom. And on the other side of this door... No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, and the urge to bust into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I had to uncover the truth. I had to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Alright. 11037, boys. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's not the time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist, too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... There's blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both of her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Sayaka's wrist has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw... written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? I think there's only two things to look at, right? Yeah. Cool. Yep. Cool, it says I'm still online. It looks like numbers that most likely say Sayaka's dying message. I've seen something written in blood before. It really was her. It's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well,
Think about it. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. I'm convinced what you're trying to say, but I guess you're not going to tell me. It sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than Ultimate Programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked, but once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Bathroom door frame has been added.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? Broken doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. It's crooked. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom door doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls, right? Struck with the sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I just have one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all of this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Bathroom doorknob has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in the video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out, too. Maybe just to see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is. Okay, so we are gonna go. Yep. Bum, bum, bum. Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on my room and Sayaka's room were switched? So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? Dorm nameplates have been added. Oh, hello, Byakuya. Scared the shit out of me. So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? You... Not at all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she had switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms? She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died? Well, all you can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then I... Alright. Hello, Leon. Something doesn't seem right. If the monster doesn't kill her, that would be the nameplate. Very strange. Hello. There we go. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Mizono doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Bum, 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 bum. Looks like some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. There's a hatch on the floor. The door won't budge. It must be locked. Nice. There's a sturdy gate here. No way to get past. It's the end of the line! The trash room! This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How did you get this gate open? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty? No entry is beyond this point. Only the person with cleaning duty is allowed in. Who's on cleaning duty? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. This is stupid. It'd be faster if I just go around and ask the others. No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. Yeah. Let's go this way. Hina, are you investigating the dino hall? Oh, no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is the first for me, you know? I don't have a first clue about what I'm doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So, I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell you the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the beginning, or... I'd better see if anyone here knows more about it. Kitchen knife set has been added. Marbled meats, salted meats. Now's not the time to be thinking about food. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. Then when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come in the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Aoi's account has been added. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean... You guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Hold on one second, let me... Oop. Check something. Make sure everything's working okay. Yay, it hasn't gone offline yet. Okay. Cool. No one's down there. Cool. Alright, bud. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, it was me. Why do you ask? It just so happens that Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I hadn't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in the front of the trash room? Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me a key for the trash room gate. We're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge. Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room, and the only person on cleaning duty has access to a key? What's the point of going to all the trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient. Actually. Anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes blackened will graduate, unless they are discovered. So that must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that. Hey, fatty, why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal? Liar, I know why you did it. You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, and poking around at it.
No way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
What are you talking about? All my love is for the 2D. But there's all kind of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I would never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures. How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? You're worried about Hifumi questionable. The question easy solution. As cleaning duty, Sakura accompanied them for picking up the trash and disposing of it. If you're as innocent, what's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so you now suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma, or save a village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I headed down to the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then... However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? Get busy dying. You fiend! You planned this all along! No. I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You wanted to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe in a parallel world? Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. This is the trash room. It's like 30 feet from here to the gate. It's on right now. Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator? It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on! Very strange. I'm quite sure I turned it off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Ah, yes! About that, there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory. Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Incinerator has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The green button turns it on, and the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems, anyway. There are shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Is that... Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on a big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. Shattered crystal ball has been added. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love? Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth, and the shape, it's part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, it's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there's lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. Burnt shirt piece. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does it mean, Mr. Nyagi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. Sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. I think I got everything? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool. Hello. Check them out. See if there's any hot places I need to go. I was in the cafeteria. Did I have to go to Sayaka's room? Oh shit. Whatever, I'll go back later. Oh, that's why I had to. Okay, never mind. Do you have a second, Makoto? I'm uncovering something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right? Well, it just so happens... Wait, no, you might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything. Forget everything I just said. Forget, Beam! Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Ha ha ha. Okay. Hey, Hiro, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here now. I've had enough of it. Hiro, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball! But it's all smashed, what the hell? I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So, how did it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history, Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Shattered crystal ball has been updated. Thanks, Hiro. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something. Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code to something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. I'm just gonna teleport. We are gonna teleport back to... Yeah, let's go. Sayaka. No, I can't let myself get depressed again. I need to search for clues. Nothing here. There can only be one thing in the trash can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing whatever was in that video. I wonder, what did she see? It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka, but I need to borrow this DVD. Sayaka. No, I can't let myself get depressed again. That's here in the sewing kit is the organ map. No useful clues. Okay. Alright, we can leave. Alright, time to watch Sayaka's video. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept. Except that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then the voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
The ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing...
Oops, shit. Suddenly, the screen went dark, and the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But when I noticed even more than that, was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? I forgot how short this investigation is. Oh my god, I'm used to longer ones.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
See you soon! The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, that's where I have to go. Here we go. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me.
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
What?
So, whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Impossible.
Damn, we really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it! Let's get started.
Hey.
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future.
Got it.
Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, in the end I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Oh shit, fuck.
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. So, the school's basement has become the darkened stage. We are all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey.
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how the death row inmates feel when his time finally comes. Rather than that, it is not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Simp. He is a simp. I love Makoto, but Nagito's better because he's less of a simp. You finally arrived! What did you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto everyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yeah. Oh, do I have to buy this? No. Yo, that boy thick. Who's thick? Increases your truth rate of fire. Effective during non-stop debates. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. I've never gotten that one before, but that's cool. I think I only have 2. Yeah. Okay, let's look these over. Monokuma File 1. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. The death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen, and her right wrist appears to have been fractured. Evidence of a struggle. There are a number of scratches and gouges on the bed and walls in Makoto's room. Replica sword. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sword was found out of its sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating, as was part of the blade. Replica sword sheath. Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sheath was found some distance from the sword itself, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. Switching rooms. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into her room, and she became frightened. Toolkit. This had been placed in Makoto's room before he arrived. It remains unopened, and there is no evidence of it having ever been used. All the other male students claim that they haven't used theirs either, but still. Makoto's room cleanliness. Not a single hair was found on the floor at the scene of the crime. In addition, the lint roller shows evidence of being used. Sayaka's wrist. Sayaka's right wrist had been fractured, and her wrist was glittery at the injury's location. In addition, her hands appeared to be completely clean except for the index finger on her left hand, which had some blood on it. Dying message. A series of numbers have been written in blood on Makoto's bathroom wall. 11037. It is assumed that Sayaka wrote these numbers while leaned against the wall as she lay dying. Look at single on the roller. Where? What? The roller? Oh, yeah, there is a weird... I think it's the font they use. It's like got some weird spacing. Because the L's look weird, too. In some spots. I don't know why. Bathroom door frame. Makoto's bathroom door was difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the door frame properly. The only 2 people who knew the trick to opening it were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim. Bathroom doorknob. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had all been partially or completely removed. Dorm nameplate. Oh my god. Dorm nameplates. The nameplates on the doors to Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. Kitchen knife set. The kitchen in the dining hall has a set of kitchen knives. Apparently one of the knives had gone missing. Aoi's account. The knife from the kitchen went missing while Aoi was in the dining hall. Aoi swears that Makoto did not come in the dining hall at any point while she was there. Trash duty. There is apparently a trash room within the school. It's blocked off by a sturdy gate that can only be opened with a trash room key. Incinerator. The incinerator can be activated via a switch on the machine. Nofumi was on cleaning duty, and he claims that the last time he saw the incinerator, it was off. However, when Makoto checked it after the incident, the incinerator was, in fact, on. The distance from the gate to the incinerator was roughly 30 feet. Burnt shirt piece. A piece of burnt clothing was found next to the incinerator in the trash room. It is apparently part of a shirt cuff, and it had a noticeable blood stain on it. Shattered crystal ball. The shards of glass were found next to the incinerator in the trash room. As it turns out, the glass ball would have fit comfortably in the palm of a person's hand. Apparently, Yasuhiro left the ball in the laundry room on accident, so anyone could have come along and taken it. Okay. Alright, we good. We are good.
Let's begin
Trial time.
with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Oh.
What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
Okay, but what about
He's
that
basically
other
Taro,
defeat?
but for 2D girls.
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
Here we go, I'm playing it
First
on
up
Mean
is
this
the
time.
case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
I'm ready. It's about to begin, the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate to begin. I'm just gonna listen because I don't know if they changed things for, like, mean. As things progress during the class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you've found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each other's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yeah, that was nothing different. Okay, cool. Oh my god, this is so easy. There's only one.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Let me know if the audio's okay, or, like, needs to be louder or something, too, so that you can hear the
Just a
voices.
second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Poor Chihiro.
Okay, so what's next?
She didn't even leave. She just guessed. It's fine.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
It is. Someone died. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Dope, let's go. Give me more bullets. Make it hard. I selected mean. That's unfortunate.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him. How could anyone do something like that? That son of a bitch!
I'm planning on letting it play out so that you can hear all the dialogue in the first one, and then I'll, like, activate it the second time, unless it's, like, in the last slide. Hold on, I feel like what I heard is different from what I already know.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random...
No, that's wrong. No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Just a little
And
bit.
if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
That hair, though. I love his hair. It's like corn on the cob.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Alright, let's go.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in the dining hall. And then he went and stabbed Sayaka with it.
So he really did do it.
Yes, and it's been decided. We've reached the end.
I didn't take the kitchen knife, but no matter how many times I repeat myself, you won't believe me. If only there were proof.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was... But where does that...
Makoto he did it in secret.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the kitchen knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems
I
the
wonder.
obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
How dare you go blaming my love?
no
I
way.
love Hina.
I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
Yay!
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
Hell yeah. I love them.
Stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
Jesus.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Taka,
But if it
dude.
wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because
Yakuya's
they're
done with
not
their
here
shit.
anymore.
Someone who's not here, are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're
such a
saying
little
the
simp,
knife
Makoto.
she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
Rip.
He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
I object.
So that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I do, Kyoko. Your first hangman's Gabbit. Not at all. I like this game. Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be a crucial point. If we can't figure out what that something is. I forgot how easy these starting ones are. Holy shit. Cool.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, Why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason
That's some
all
real
the
shit,
hair
though.
was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
It does not, Celeste.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true.
Hey, Fumi, you have no idea what's going on.
Why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would
My
like
girl
to hear
Kyoko's
these
behind
reasons.
me.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
They did.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
I remember, Kyoko. The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves that is... the bathroom doorknob.
I got it!
I got it!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh?
Right.
The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
I love her so much. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that a key point here? There's a bit more to learn. No. I got this shit locked. That's good.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
It's obvious that my bathroom door wouldn't open. The real reason for that is...
The incident took place in
Makoto's Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer
Yippers.
didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
One important detail? Something the killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked, which means the important detail the killer didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
A gun! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening.
We cleared him, boys. We're clear.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
So now it's literally everyone else. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Thank you, Fumi.
But
very nice.
what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
So bad.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
Shut up, Celeste. I love
I'm
her.
so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
God, I hate it for me.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Not more than Nagito, though. The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room, I already have the answer. Nope, wait. Evidence of a struggle. Nope, fuck. I don't remember this part. Mr. Naegi, you've disputed my wrong statement, so let's hear a believably reason why I'm wrong. Whoops. The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room, I already have the answer. Switching rooms. There we go.
I got it!
There we go.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point in even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man!
Yoko,
I've totally
hell
seen
yeah.
people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old
What are you writing down, Hina?
But even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Of course, Ifumi.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes, Celeste.
Very well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
The reason the killer went to my room and not Sayaka's, despite what the note said, must be because...
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
Yeah,
but we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her
Oh,
killer
they're
there
so
in the
good.
room, yes?
I love these characters.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
I love the characters from Game 1 the best, but
Yes,
story
I
for
think you're
Game
right.
2 is my favorite so far.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because...
I got it!
her wrist.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Indeed it
All
does.
right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room, and what led Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn. Not good. Ooh, we're getting more! Yes!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
The sword was used first, and then the knife came out afterwards. Is that really the order of events that led to some explainable
When the
details?
fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong!
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Get what the hell's going on.
Poor Mondo.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. The sheath would be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually undo the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Sayaka, no.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Yeah, dude. The part of the body that shows how she never used the sword, her palms.
I got it!
Because the glitter didn't
You're
transfer.
talking about her palms, right?
Gold foil
The
or
palms of
whatever.
her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Hina, I love you, but we
Like I
covered this
said
already.
before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Shut up, Taco.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off of her hands because the water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
That's gross as hell.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Why would that be a compliment?
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have been the one without the sword.
I got it!
Sayaka.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
I mean...
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Ooh. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Indeed.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe
Correct.
the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
He's not.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
This is why I'm so frustrated that this case is so important in the second game to him. Because, like, she clearly did malice. I don't understand why he's so attached.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Poor Makoto. Miss him.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Hero.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
We got this, boys. Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Incorrect.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
Poor Toko. Wait, no, hold on. That's right, there is still a clue left that led us to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Hell yeah.
Rainy, wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. The left index finger.
Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Or she could just be a lefty.
I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just a look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now,
It's unfolding.
You could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Oh my
But
god.
even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Huh? Rotated? I think maybe, but I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see the killer's...
Mm.
You shot past the clue and right onto who did it.
Whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. Here we go, boys! Who is it? Who is it? Is it this boy? It's this boy! Here we go! Here's my answer. Leon Kawada.
Mystery was simply rotating 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
Oh shit, oh shit.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I do know, Kyoko. The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. I know what it was. Shirt piece.
I got it!
I got it!
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killers stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it. If we need to pay attention to it in order to figure out who's responsible. How it was disposed of.
If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence. Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me? No!
Is it really impossible to have destroyed evidence without the trash room key? I'm sure there was another way.
The key to the trash room? Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was divine with it. Throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
It would be.
Absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because he's the ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Kyoko's fucking done with this shit.
How do you mean end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Nope, because I know what to do. I love the closing arguments. These are fun. It's basically like filling out a comic. My room was the scene of the crime. The incident began when the killer entered. Oh wait, I forgot these changed too, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. First when Sayaka attacked the killer with the knife, they noticed something in my room. They used that object to deflect Sayaka's attack, which is why the evidence was damaged. Oh shit, misclick. After the killer countered Sayaka's attack with the attack of their own, what did they do next? They forced the bathroom doors open. The only logical way they could have done that was... Oh, that was a mistake. By moving it. After she was stabbed, Sayaka used the last of her strength to leave something behind. Neon. The killer used an item in my room to help dispose of the evidence. The lint roller. The object the killer threw to activate the incinerator must have been... where's the last ball? There it is. And then after... What the killer threw in the incinerator was the balled up shirt. Ooh, shit, I keep misclicking. And then the final page, the piece of evidence was left in the trash room was... shirt sleeve. Here we go.
Here's exactly what happened.
Here is exactly what happened.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Oh, I got that wrong? Oh, I forgot they go in any spot. Okay, I'm used to the second game layout. Alright, here we go. Alright. Wait, so... I'm gonna check these over then. Where was the incident began when the killer entered? This one. Oh, shit. I'm misclicking. And then... they blocked. And then came at her with that. Made her drop the knife. No, that seems... I think this one isn't it. This one is here. This one goes here. So that they deflected with that, blocked, then came at her. And then... I think this one? With the attack of their own, what did they do next? Oh, wait, actually. Shit. That goes there. And then... attack of their own, what did they do next? I think it's the... and that's right. Leon. And the lint roller. And they threw the ball. Okay. I think it's
Here's
good now.
exactly what happened. I think I better take one from the beginning.
There we go.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
Oh, hello?
From what we can tell, Sayaka's in there intending to kill them.
I love the comic style of this.
Taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily. And there was Sayaka knew about that because I told her. But of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
I love the way they draw the killer, because it's like not clear yet who it is. So they just make it kind of a general person.
The killer
grayed out.
headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Hell yeah.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
I love these. These scenes are so good.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Leon! We did it, boys.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes,
I object. Of course I do. I object. I object. I object.
All of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence.
Where's the evidence?
Not evidence. It's all bullshit.
It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess
God.
this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Bullet time battle! No.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the
I
doorknob?
refuse to acknowledge you.
You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Stupid,
Stupid, stupid, stupid, stupid, stupid, stupid! So good. Thank you for that great argument, Leon. I had to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. The moment of truth. Here we go! The OG bullet time battle.
You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't
This
me.
slowdown fucked me up.
Stupid. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? Kidding me? You lie. Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
It should prove it. Sorry, Leon.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
Screwdriver.
It had to be a screwdriver, right?
Mondo's got it.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Aha! Stupid.
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid.
Shit, Leon. Been caught.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Oh, actually, hell yeah. Nice.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Here we go! We did it! Poor Leon. He didn't sign up for this. Uh-oh! Looks like you got it right on the money! The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada!
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it!
Son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
That's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with is really the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she's wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If I was her, the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here! The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying in the booth, why she talked to me in this, I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy, howdy. The entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. I really do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they stop screwing Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it! Ah, that was a close one! I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did!
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you're so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice, I had to kill her.
That's it?
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself into the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room, then came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It is not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So, that's why...
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed her precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaki either, because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh, did you awaken that sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get on to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you, please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's
Punishment time!
No!
Poor Leon. I love Holy shit. Seeing the first execution for this game compared to like the executions from the second game, like really make me disappointed in the ones from the second game. Cause holy shit, that's so good. Like that's such a good way to get into the game and like the trials and like everything. And like the first one of the second game just wasn't it. It's kind of sad. But anyway, what we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
extreme.
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
Hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. What the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type guy.
What?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world. Being trapped in this place is insane. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say? I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get back to the Blacken's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices were dead. But it was in that moment...
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the depths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I can never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I have just a pretty good intuition. And he's done, boys. We finished chapter 1. Oh, I forgot how good that the trials are in this game. I like how complicated they are in the second game, but I don't know. I really like how, like, good I love the executions in this one. I got a despair bat as a present. Let's save. Cool. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to end it there, and we will I think? Chapter 2, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna end it there, and we are going to pick this back up once I stream next time. So we'll start on chapter 2, we'll probably make it to the investigation for that time. So I'll probably stream this weekend coming up, but for more updates on that, you can check out, I post when I'm going to stream on my Twitter. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back in a bit. Have a good night. Bye.